Alright dudes, Hayzink here, back with another Disgaea RPG video. So, on today's video, we are following up on the video that I recorded earlier when I was half asleep. For you guys, it's probably been a few hours. For me, it's been 2 minutes since I finished recording that video. I have woken up a fair bit more, so hopefully there'll be less yawning, forgetting words, forgetting how to speak, etc. But we are going to go in on this video and we are going to talk about the boy Almaz. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video, doing all that good stuff. If you never watched the first video, you'll notice my little strip's got gold on it. Yes, this is the Champions strip that we got. That says Champions 55 2021. I've been waiting a while for this to arrive. Limited edition, so yeah boy. So yes, if you like the gold trim, let me know in the comments down below. And just write 55 Go Rangers. If you're a Celtic fan, you've just unsubscribed. I'm sorry. But anyway, we're going to go in and we are going to talk about Almaz. Almaz is the other character that is going to be available during Reflections Week on the Platinum Summons. Now, you know guys, I've been trying my best to get you super attack animations and stuff when I talk about the skills part of the video. And this one's no different. I have been able to get Almaz for his skills. However, the Almaz I got is not any free. So you're only going to see 2 of his free skills. I'm sorry, but seeing 2 of them is better than seeing none of them. And one of them actually looks pretty decent. It actually reminds me of Super Saiyan 2 Gohan's special attack that he does on Dokkan, the Bojack one. You'll see it. But anyway, let's go in and talk about Almaz. The hero wannabe has grown into a true hero despite his cowardice. He's still practicing the hero's oath, the newly married hero, Almaz. He is from a Disgaea free. I feel like Disgaea free is a criminally underrated Disgaea game. I loved it. I loved it. It was different, but I loved it. I loved the whole classroom dynamic, and I liked when you were kind of dealing with your teams and stuff. You would go into the classroom and you'd place them on certain desks, and I liked it. Plus I liked how stupid the storyline was as well. But again, a lot of people don't like Disgaea free. If you like Disgaea free, let me know in the comments down below. If you hate Disgaea free, let me know in the comments down below. But let me know why. Right? I'm curious. I'm just curious. Anyway, let's go in and talk about Almaz, the sword user. Yes, a hero of the sword. His mighty sword will beat his enemies down. So let's talk about his abilities. As we always do, we start with that. So he gives all human allies attack plus 16%. That's good. He's boosting all human characters regardless of what weapon they're using. So that's decent. Hero of Swords. Self. When wielding a sword, attack and defense plus 27%. That's good. I mean, that makes him semi-versatile, you know. You could quite easily put him on any team. He's going to give all the characters in the team an attack bonus if they're human. And he's really going to buff himself if he's using a sword. I don't see an issue with that. His NE5, I won't lose. All allies AoE damage taken down by 15%. So up to NE5, he works on anything. He definitely works on anything. His NE7 sword wielding allies damage dealt plus 15%. Now obviously at that point, if you get him to NE7, he's going to do well if he's got 1 or 2 other characters on the team that are sword users. But it doesn't strictly mean he has to be on a sword team, you know. I mean, if you put him on a team and say he's on that team with Valvatores and you have Valvatores, Laharo and this guy using swords, they're going to do a lot of damage, and you could have 2 characters in the background, a character who potentially does like Braveheart. Yes, I know Laharo does Braveheart, but on this imaginary setup I've got in my head, Laharo would be your DPS as well. But if you've got another character in there that produces like Braveheart, or a magic caster who's giving you armor increases, Stat increases, defense, HP recovery and stuff like that. So you don't strictly need to put them on a mono team. I've had a bit of feedback to say that I shouldn't always talk about mono teams. I shouldn't, I mean, like, even technically my team that I'm running isn't a mono team as such. Yes, I have a lot of spear users, but the team itself's not a mono team. So you don't always have to think the way of the sword, like everyone's got to be a sword user. Don't get me wrong, I do like all of my team being able to benefit off of all of the buffs. So there is times when I will run a full sword team, etc. But long term, mono teams aren't necessarily what you go for. You can mix it up quite a bit and still do extremely well. So we're going to go in now and we're going to talk about the skills. And the skills of the man Almaz is spinning. So you will have the things. Spinning sword dance. Single target damage is the decisive factor is spin around and stay crisply. Speed +3. His second one, this is the one that I think looks a bit like when Gohan does the move and he punches Bojack and right. Running crosses. I'm sorry I had to cut you down in the nick of time. Attack +25% to himself at single damage. Unfortunately, you need to get to any free to get his AoE. And I can't show you it. I can't show you it. Which is summon sword dance. I had to save up the allowance to buy them. Defense down by 12%. So that's all the boy skills. I like the fact that his single target damage is A+. I mean, it can go to A+. That's decent because it's going to be a bit of a boss killer type thing, especially if you've got him on a setup where you're running him with a sword, because he's buffing everyone's attack, he's buffing his own attack, and he's definitely going to dish out enough damage to be worthwhile summoning for. I mean, again, a lot of this comes down to, do you like a character? If you don't like a character, then it's going to be hard to ever justify summoning for them. But sometimes it will happen, guys. Sometimes a character will release that is just so goddamn broken that you'll be like, oh, I don't even like this character that much, but I'm going to summon for them. It happens in these games. Because sometimes you put your team building ideas before your character loyalty ideas. So maybe Almaz will become the hero. Anyway, let's talk about magic spells. Should you choose to put magic spells on him? He's got a couple. He's got a couple that are worthwhile. He's got shield. He's got armor break. He has got mega heal. Decent. He has got mega shield. And he also has mega armor break. Now, no pun intended, but mega armor break can do mega good things for you. Reducing people's defense can be a big thing. I will say this though, later in the game, a lot of characters become immune to debuffs. However, you will always be susceptible to buffs. So me personally, I like the thought now of building up buffs more than building up debuffs on my characters. Reason being, I'm always going to be able to buff my characters in every situation. I can buff them, I can raise their attack, I can raise their defense. Whereas there's going to be certain situations and certain levels where I will not be able to debuff the enemy's defense or the enemy's attack. So having a situation where I can raise myself is going to give me the upper hand. So that's why I like to focus a lot on characters that can buff as opposed to debuff. So would I personally run a staff on Almaz to get him these spells? Probably not. Probably not. He's probably a character that I would use purely for attacking purposes. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We've went over Almaz. I mean, I could do the whole, he would work with this, he would work with that character, but again, it's fairly common sense. I mean, you can He can go on a team of sword characters, he's going to buff everyone at that point. He can go on a team within a set of characters who aren't necessarily sword users. They're still going to get buffs off of a lot of his kit. Still definitely makes him worthwhile. Overall, I think he's a good unit. I think he's good. He's got the potential to be a good DPS character. I think, for example, he's better than a character like, say, Fenric. Fenric, he's quite specific with who he buffs. A lot of Almaz's buffs are universal buffs. He's going to just help people regardless of whether they are sword characters or whatever. It doesn't matter. So I like Fenric. I like Almaz. I like his setup, and he's definitely one that I want to get. The question is, do I summon on part 1 or part 2 of the Reflections banners? Because if you've seen my last video, you'll know I spoke about this. I know the week that's more suited to me, and it is the week with Usalia. I was only able to get one Usalia. She took a lot. She took like 29.5k or something like that to get one copy. So I would quite like to get a bit of luck and get Usalia like 5 times now. spend 7,000 quartz, get 5 Usalias. That'll make up for the shaft. Thanks, Boltrand. But yeah. So it's definitely a one I need to think about. I think I'm probably going to summon on the Almaz banner. However, the Almaz flip banner, so the one that he has the slightly higher percentage. The problem is, quartz absolutely burns a hole in my account. I will summon. I don't want to summon on the first part, but I know what I'm like. I will. So I'll probably bring some videos of that, let you guys see how we got on, etc. But yes, bear in mind, guys, we are going to get that 3,000 quartz on Tuesday. We hit 3,000 likes. We're heading towards 4,000 likes, and he's finally achieved it. Yes, that's right. We will get the 3,000 quarty watts. I'll be giving that out as a code. Make a video. Do that stuff. But anyway, that's it. Nothing more to say. I need to go and like stick some eye drops in my eyes or something. Looking at the little preview camera, I can see it looks like I have got like red puffy eyes. I can't actually tell if I do or I don't because I can hardly see out them right now. But as always, dudes, I have been Hayzink. I appreciate you joining me for this video and every video that you guys come along for. Let me know in the comments down below if you're interested in Almaz, if you think I am an idiot, all that stuff. I don't really care. Just talk. I'll talk back to you. That's what I like to see. Remember, if you haven't already, we do have the Discord. You can jump over there. It's starting to get quite high. We're at nearly 400 members now, which is really good considering it's not actually an old Discord at all. Everyone's pretty chill in there. We don't like. There's no like aggression and stuff. But jump in, have a chat. Talk Disgaea, talk anime, talk other gacha games. There's little sections for all of it, but the main focus is Disgaea. Anyway, dudes, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!